welcome back to Kriti's classes, and today's topic is NCERT exercise chapter Force and Laws of Motion, class 9. Okay, as already I told that we are doing the NCERT exercise solution. So lastly we completed the chapter Motion NCERT exercise, and today we will start with the chapter 2, that is Force and Laws of Motion. Okay, so Force and Laws of Motion. Bacha, in this chapter we studied about some basics formulas. I just want to tell you about those formulas. Firstly, F is equal to ma. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. According to Newton's second law, we proved that force is equal to mass into acceleration. The second thing, we also studied that force is directly proportional to dp by dt. Where dp stands for what? dp stands for the change in momentum. Change in momentum with respect to time. Change in time, F stands for the force. Okay. Other than that, three equation of motion we should remember, because wherever we feel that any physical quantity we don't know, so we can apply these equations and we can find from here. G plus half a t square. Okay. After these, this is the formula, these three equations. After these, we studied about the conservation of momentum, but before conservation of momentum we studied about the impulse also. Impulse is equal to what? Impulse is equal to force into time, and it is equal to dp, change in momentum. It is also equal to change in momentum. Okay. Other than that, we studied that inertia is measured by the mass. A simple momentum we studied it is mass into velocity. Okay. Then conservation of momentum, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This topic also we completed. Then recoil velocity of gun. If we are finding out vg, so it is equal to what? It is equal to mb vb divided by mg. So all these formulas we studied in this chapter. So if you guys know about these formulas, you can solve any kind of the numerical, any kind of the NCERT question. So you need to just know these formulas. Okay. So now we are starting with the first numerical. The first question is, this question is saying that is it possible that we are applying, I'm not writing the questions on the whiteboard because you all have NCERT textbook and you can do it, you can see the questions from there. First question is saying that if you are applying the net unbalanced force on any object, zero net unbalanced force, so is it possible that that object can move with the non-zero velocity? Is it possible? So then it's very easy, very simple question. For example, we are considering that one ball is moving. Okay, one ball is moving, and now we are saying that net external unbalanced force is zero. It means there is no kind of friction, no kind of extra forces is acting on that. So what we studied according to the Newton first law, that if anything is moving with some velocity, so it will continue to move with that velocity until and unless some external force we will apply on that. So in this first question your answer will be yes, that this is possible, that if we are applying the zero net unbalanced force, after that also object can be move with some non-zero velocity, because हो सकता है object पहले से ही move कर रहा हो. ठीक है. So that's why the answer of the question will be what? It will be yes. Now the second question is saying, when a carpet is beaten with a stick, dust comes out of it, explain. We need to explain. See, when okay, about the inertia, I told that inertia is what, bacha? Inertia is the inability of the object to resist the change in itself. Now the question is saying that when a carpet is beaten with a stick, so dust come out of it. Why? Because when we are beating with it, for example, this is the carpet and this is the stick. When you are beating it with the stick, what will happen? There will be movement in the carpet, and when the movement is in the carpet, dust particles are inside the carpet, and due to the inertia of rest, they don't want to move with the carpet, and that's why they will come out. So dust comes out because of the inertia of rest. We can simply say, because of that conditions, when the carpet comes to motion but the dust particle try to resist their state of the rest, so that's why it happened that dust comes out of it. Okay, now the next question is, okay, again is theory question only. Why it is advised to tie any luggage capped on the roof of a bus with a rope. Again there is thing about the inertia. Inertia we studied, inertia of motion, inertia of rest, inertia of direction. So again, what is happening when the bus start moving? So because of that, the object that want to be in rest, the luggage that is on the roof of the bus, it want to be in rest, and it can happen that the bus will move forward and the luggage can fall down from the roof. So due to that, just to change that condition so that it cannot fall from the bus, so we need to tie that with the rope. So again the answer is inertia of rest, so that the luggage cannot fall. So we need to tie that. Now next question is, a batsman hit a cricket ball which then rolls on a level ground. After covering a short distance, the ball comes to rest. The ball slows to a stop because the batsman did not hit the ball hard enough. Okay, the B part is what? Velocity is proportional to the force external on the ball. The C part, there is force on the ball opposing the motion, and the D part, there is no unbalanced force acting on it. So बच्चा ये आप सबको पता है कि that if there is any changes happening in the state of the object, either it is coming rest to motion or motion to rest, or it is changing the direction, it only happen when there is some force. In case of the ball, when the ball is moving, now it comes, it slow down. So what is the reason? There is frictional force, we can say resistance is there, it is opposing the motion. So answer will be C part. There is a force on the ball that oppose the motion. Okay, so this will be the answer. Now numerical is there. Question number 5. A truck starts from the rest. So बच्चा truck starts from the rest, so उसका initial velocity कितना होगा? 0. Okay. Now it starts from the rest and rolls down a hill with a constant acceleration. It travel a distance of 400 meter. Distance is given, S is given 400 meter in 20 seconds. Time is also given in 20 seconds. Now question is saying that find its acceleration. Firstly we need to acceleration and then the force acting on it. Acceleration and force acting on it, both we need to calculate. If its mass is 7 metric ton, so mass is given bacha 7 metric ton, and 1 metric ton is equal to 1000 kg. So what we will do, we will multiply it with the 1000, and we know that the mass is what? 7000 kg. So already in the starting of the video, I gave you all the formulas, that which formula we need to apply. So about the force, if you want to calculate the force, so we need to use this formula, mass into acceleration. But we don't know about the acceleration. To calculate the acceleration, we will use any equation of motion that will be suitable. So in this case, if we will apply simply v minus u is equal to at, or v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So you guys can see clearly that we don't know about the v. So if we don't know about the v, so we will use the second equation of motion, ut plus half at square. So here, as you all know, 400, initial velocity 0, so ut part becomes 0, plus half into a into t is what bacha? It will be square, so 400. Okay. So ये हो गया 200. From here we can see 400 is equal to a into 200. And when we will calculate the a, we will divide it with the 200 and it will comes a. So a will be 2 meter per second square. This will be your acceleration, child. Now put this formula here. Put this value here. Mass is what? 7000 and acceleration is what? 2. So force will be what bacha? Force will be 14,000 kg meter per second square, or you can simply say 14,000 Newton. Okay, that will be your answer. I hope you got the question, that how you will use the formulas accordingly. Next question is again the numerical, and this question is saying about a stone of 1 kg. Okay, I need to do this. You should know the formulas. After that, questions are not difficult. If you will remember the formula, if you will remember the concept now, so there is no problem. Question is saying a stone of 1 kg is thrown with a velocity of 20 meter per second. So initial velocity is given. We are throwing that with the 20 meter per second, and its mass is also given, that is 1 kg. Both the things are given across the frozen surface of a lake and comes to rest after traveling a distance of 50 meter. Now it travels a distance 50 meter and it comes to the rest. So final velocity is what? It will become 0. Now what is the force of friction between the stone and the ice? Now again we need to calculate the force, but the force of friction is also a kind of force. So we will apply the same formula, and the formula is what? Formula you all know. Formula is mass into acceleration. Okay. Now you know we don't know about the acceleration. Again we need to calculate the acceleration. This time if you will apply the formula, second equation of motion, that is s is equal to ut plus half at square. So you don't know about the t, and when you don't know about the t, what you need to do, you need to use the other equation like v minus u is equal to at. Again we don't know the t, so we will apply the third equation, that is v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Here v is 0 minus u 20 square is equal to 400. 2 into a into s is 50. Okay, so from here when we will calculate, minus 400 is equal to 50 to the 100, and this will be acceleration. So a is equal to minus 400 divided by 100, and this will be minus 4 meter per second square. Okay, so this is your acceleration. Now put the value here. Mass you all know 1 and acceleration is minus 4. So force will be what, bacha? Force will be minus 4 Newton. And you can say this minus, it represent that force oppose the motion. It represent that force oppose the motion of the object. Oppose the motion of object. So this was the question, because it is a frictional force na children. So frictional forces always oppose the motion of the object. So that's why the negative signs will comes in the picture. So I hope you got it. Next question. So this question is saying a 8000 kg engine pulls a train of 5 wagons. Okay, bacha. So there is one engine, and this engine is connected with the 5 wagons. This complete is a train. In this train there is one engine and the 5 wagons. Okay, so this question is saying 8000 kg engine pulls a train of 5 wagons. So the mass of engine is what, bacha? It is given 8000 kg, and after that it is saying that 5 wagons each of 2000 kg. Okay, so each of these is 2000 kg, and this is also 2000 kg. Okay, so this complete is the train. Okay. Now the question is saying if the engine exerts a force of 40,000 Newton and the track offers a frictional force of 5,000 Newton, then calculate the net accelerating force. Firstly, the question is saying, see children, question is saying that this engine, this is exerting 40,000 Newton force. पुल करके आगे चलने के लिए इसको चाहिए 40,000 न्यूटन फोर्स, एंड the track on which it is moved, that will apply the resistance or we can say frictional force of 5,000 Newton. So net force कितना होगा बच्चा? 40,000 in this direction, 5,000 in this direction, and you all know force is a vector quantity. So first part is the net force acting, net accelerating force. We can write here net accelerating force. So net accelerating force is equal to 40,000 divided minus 5,000, and it is equal to 35,000 Newton. So this is a net accelerating force, okay, by the engine. Now the second part is what? In the second part it is asking about the acceleration of the train. Now bacha, it is asking about the acceleration of the train, the this complete part. So acceleration, again we all know force is equal to what? Force is equal to mass into acceleration. We can simply say force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force कौन सा लगाएंगे? Net accelerating force we are talking about. So net accelerating force is 35,000. Okay. Mass of the train. Question is asking about the acceleration of the train. So mass of this complete train, 8,000 here and 5 times. So 10,000 here. 10,000 plus 8,000, 18,000. So 18,000 is the mass into acceleration. From here you can simply say 30 will cancel out. 35 divided by 18 meter per second square. This will be your acceleration of the train with which it is moving. Now in the next part the question is saying the force of wagon 1 on wagon 2. So force of wagon 1 on wagon 2, when you will calculate now, it will comes across 1.9 meter per second square. You can solve it, you can divide, it will come like this. Okay. So third part is force of engine 1 on engine 2. Now see बच्चा ध्यान से देखो. Not engine, wagon 1 on wagon 2. So this is first wagon, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, and this is 5. But the force of wagon 1 on 2 we need to calculate. So force of wagon 1 on 2 इस डायरेक्शन में लगेगा. Now this 2 is not alone. Try to understand here. This 2 is not alone. This 2 is attached with this, with this, with this. So this force is actually not acting on this only. This force is acting on the other 4 wagons. The force of wagon 1 on the 2 is not only acting on the 2, it is attached, it is combined with ये चारों के चारों आपस में जुड़े हुए हैं, attached है. So what will happen? This force of 1 on 2 is applicable on 3 also, 4 also and 5 also. So question is saying we need to calculate the force of wagon 1 on wagon 2. So what we need to do बच्चा here, we need to again use the formula force is equal to mass into acceleration. But फिर से एक्सेलरेशन अभी हमने कैलकुलेट किया है, हमें पता है फोर्स इज इक्वल टू मास इनटू एक्सेलरेशन. द ट्विस्ट इज व्हाट विल बी द मास. फोर्स ऑफ 1 on 2 we need to calculate force of 1 on 2. Now when it will apply on 2, so because it is attached with all these, so mass of these all, so 2000 2000 2000 2000 4 times, so mass will be what बच्चा, mass will be 8000. क्योंकि ये सिर्फ इसके ऊपर नहीं एक्ट कर रहा, ये बाकी जो 3 है उसके ऊपर भी एक्ट कर रहा है. Into acceleration 1.9 meter per second square. So you can multiply and you will get your answer. Okay, and the answer will come like 15,552 Newton. This will be your answer. Okay, but in the same question, if I will say that bacha wagon 2, find out the force of wagon 2 on wagon 3. In this case, when wagon 2 will apply the force on the wagon 3, so because 3 is attached with the 4 and 5 also, so mass will be 6000. If you will say ma'am 3 ka force on the 4, so it will be 4000. And if you will say what will be the force of 4 on the 5, so then will only the 2000. Okay, so you need to see that thing. Okay, so this was this question, and it question was quite important also, and थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी भी था, ज्यादा नहीं, but you guys can do. Okay, so now the next question, question number 8 is saying an automobile vehicle has a mass of 1500 kg. Okay, I need to remove this. And physics numericals are like the interesting part. Okay, so an automobile vehicle has a mass of 1500 kg. One vehicle is there, that mass is 1500 kg. Okay, got it. Then the next part is what must be the force between the vehicles and the road if the vehicle to be stopped. Vehicle to be stopped यानी उसका फाइनल वेलोसिटी कितना हो जाएगा, 0, with a negative acceleration of 1.7 meter per second square. A is equal to minus 1.7 meter per second square. So this means it is what? It is retardation actually. See बच्चा, there are two words. Acceleration positive, retardation negative. अगर आपको negative sign लगाना है, so you can write here acceleration. But if you are saying this is a retardation, so retardation में already negative आ जाता है. You don't need to put this negative sign there. Okay? So here the question is what? A is equal to minus 1.7 meter per second square. This was one MCQ also that I hope the children to whom I am teaching, there in your mock test there was one question about the retardation. The question was asking what will be the retardation of that object, and the option was like this: plus 0.5 meter per second square and minus 0.5 meter per second square. And the question was tell us the retardation. So most of you tick on this. That was wrong. Question was not saying what will be the acceleration. A body is moving with this much velocity, then it apply the brake, then it comes to the rest. So what is the retardation? Question was retardation, and retardation itself consists the negative sign. That yes, answer will be negative. So no need to choose this sign. Then it will be this. If question was what will be the acceleration, then you will write to the acceleration negative sign के साथ आता, ठीक है? So if acceleration, so with the negative sign, if you know it is after brake, it stopped, or we can say it comes to the rest in that case. But if the question is saying, क्योंकि question को पता है, question खुद से बोल रहा है, what is the retardation, मतलब negative acceleration क्या होगा? So if negative already comes and you will write one more negative, so negative negative positive, and then it will become acceleration. Okay, so no need to write. This will be the answer. Okay. So see, in this question what was there? Mass is given, velocity finally it stopped, and the acceleration is minus 1.7 meter per second square. Question is saying tell us about the force. So force, very simple. Force is what बच्चा? Mass into acceleration. Mass तुम्हें दिया हुआ है, acceleration तुम्हें दिया हुआ है. You can easily calculate. Force is equal to 1500 into minus 1.7, and when you will solve it, you will get your answer. Newton. Negative sign again represent the direction, that when the object is moving in this direction, so force is coming in this direction. Object is in this, force is in this. There is the opposite sign. Frictional force, very simple. Now question number 9. Question number 9 NCERT exercise. It is saying what is the momentum of the object of mass m moving with the velocity v. तो ये तुम सबको पता है, formula already I wrote in the starting. Momentum we represent with the p, and it is the mass into velocity. So this will be your momentum. Question number 10, a theory question I think. Using a horizontal force of 200 Newton, we intend to move a wooden cabinet across a floor at a constant velocity. What is the friction force that will be exerted on the cabinet? See bacha, for example, this duster, you try to, it is on any surface and you will try to move it. So तुम्हें at least कितना force लगाना पड़ेगा so that you can move it. Whatever the frictional force, you know, we studied in the 8th standard about the static friction. I hope you all remember. That is the maximum friction, and just after the static friction, when you apply the force more than the static friction, what happened? The object start moving. So now the question is clearly saying that using a horizontal force of 200 Newton, we intend to move a wooden cabinet across the floor with a constant velocity. What is the frictional force that will exerted on the cabinet? So जो maximum force होगा वो कितना है? That will be 200 Newton frictional force. क्योंकि उससे ज़्यादा जब आप लगाएंगे तो वो move कर जाएगा. So what will be the frictional force? It will be 200 Newton. That will be your answer. Now the next question is saying, okay, this is numerical I think. Two objects each of mass 1.5 kg. Now this question is based on the conservation of momentum. Two objects each of mass 1.5 kg are moving in the same straight line but in the opposite direction. Okay, so one is here, two is here, same direction but in the opposite direction. That is given. Each of mass 1.5 kg. M1 is also 1.5 kg. M2 is also 1.5 kg. After that the question is saying the velocity of each object is 2.5 meter per second before the collision during which they stick together. This is before collision. V1 is U1 initial velocity. U1 2.5 meter per second. U2 is also 2.5 meter per second. After collision, the question is saying after collision they stick. So diagram will be like this, 1 and 2. Now they stick together, and the question is saying what now? Question is saying before the collision during which they stick together, what will be the velocity of the combined object after collision? So now after collision when they stick together, so what will be their velocity? Because when they are stick together, जैसे ये कैप है and ये पेन है, okay, marker है. So this was the first object, this was the second object. Both were coming like this, and when they strike and they strike, after striking now they attached like this. So if they will move in this direction or this direction, so but they will move together. The point is they will move together. If they both will move in this direction, so both will move with the same velocity. Both will move in this direction, so both will move with the same velocity. So both will move with one velocity, and we need to calculate that v. So here what we can say that v1 and v2 दोनों का equal होगा और हमने consider किया है that is equal to v. So now we need to calculate that value. So to calculate that value, what we need to use? Conservation of momentum. सबको पता है, फॉर्मूला मैंने पहले ही लिखा था, मैंने सारे फॉर्मूलेज लिखे थे जो भी हमें इस चैप्टर में यूज करने हैं. What is the conservation of momentum, children? M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. Okay, so apply that. Okay, I'm erasing this diagram. यहाँ से I'm erasing this. Okay, so now we are writing conservation of momentum. M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. Okay. So from here, when we will calculate, M1 was what? U1 was 2.5 and M1 was I think 1.5. I forgot. Yes, 1.5 kg. So 1.5 into 2.5 plus again 1.5 into 2.5. Same. Now after collision, the velocity they stick together. So the velocity will be same. In place of v1 v1 also we can put v, in place of v2 also we can put v. So 1.5 into v plus 1.5 into v. Okay, so now what will happen, this thing is coming to us, so we can write it like this. We can write it like this is equal to, यहाँ से अगर हमने v कॉमन लिया तो अंदर कितना हो जाएगा 1.5 plus 1.5, this will be 3. We need to calculate v, so what we will do, 2 multiply 1.5, it will also become 3 into 2.5 divided by 3 is equal to v. It will cancel out, v is what bacha, v will be 2.5 meter per second. So this is the final velocity with which both the object, this one and this 2, now they will move with this velocity 2.5 meter per second. This will be their final velocity after sticking, because when the two objects are stick together, so they will move with the same velocity. Okay, now in this question there is one more thing that we need to understand. Now in this chapter what is happening, they stick together, and now direction we don't know that in which direction they will move. So if the question was simply saying that, for example, 1 is going in this and 2 is going in this, and in that case if they strike and they stick together, so they will go in this direction. If 1 is here, 2 is here, they will go in this direction, and again they stick together, so they will go in this direction. But this happens when the velocity of 2 is less than the 1, when velocity of, यहाँ पे भी velocity of 2 should be less than the velocity of 1, because in that case only it can strike. But in our question what was happening, see, I told you this will be the answer, but this is not the answer bacha. See what I did, I just tried to make you understand that direction is very important. In this question what was happening, neither they were going in the same direction, this side or that side, they were coming in the opposite direction. So if you are saying that this is moving with 2.5 and this is also moving with 2.5, and you guys are talking about the velocity, and direction is very important because velocity is a vector quantity. So if you will say this is coming with the 2.5 meter per second, so what you will say, this is coming with the minus 2.5 meter per second. That is the point that we need to understand. And when we will put this in the same question, what will happen, see, ये question अगर तुम लोग logically देखोगे ना तभी भी true हो जाएगा. We can prove it. यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने कैलकुलेट किया कि फाइनल जो वेलोसिटी है ना वो 2.5 है. कैसे पॉसिबल है बच्चा, सी, दिस मार्कर एंड दिस what we will say, this cap of the marker, both are coming with the same velocity, they strike together and they attach together. So how could we say that now they are moving with the 2.5 in this direction only? बिकॉज दोनों का इम्पैक्ट सेम होगा ना, दोनों का मास सेम था, दोनों की वेलोसिटी सेम थी, सो दोनों का मोमेंटम भी सेम था. सो हाउ कुड वी से दैट आफ्टर अटैचिंग दे विल गो इन दिस डायरेक्शन और दिस डायरेक्शन, दे कम्स टू द रेस्ट. ओके, नाउ वी कैन प्रूव ऑल्सो. हाउ वी कैन प्रूव बच्चा, सी, if we are considering our first is going in this direction with the positive velocity, so we will say our 2 will go in this direction with the negative velocity, क्योंकि डायरेक्शन चेंज हुआ है. सो यहाँ पे आपने u2 is equal to 2.5, you need to write minus 2.5, and when you will write the minus 2 point ना, it will become very simple. So I hope जो मैंने पहले किया और जो मैंने अभी किया उससे तुम्हें डिफरेंस समझ में आ गया. That what I wanted to make you understand. So यहाँ पे जो भी टर्म होगा, यहाँ पे वो टर्म नेगेटिव में है, that will cancel out 0. This side v into 3, so 0 divided by 3 will be what? It will be 0 only. So that is what meter per second. It means after striking they both attach and they both are at rest now, because in the question you can clearly see that both are coming with the equal velocity, equal mass in the opposite direction. So after sticking together their momentum impact was equal, so they cannot move neither in this direction nor in that direction. So your final velocity will be what? It will be 0 meter per second. बट यहाँ पे याद ये रखना है, इस क्वेश्चन में they were equal and opposite. But if the question is like this and after that they stick together, if the question is like this and after that they stick together, then it's not compulsory that they will come in the rest. Okay, in that case they can move with the some velocity. So I will do that kind of the question also. So now we are moving to the next NCERT question, because अभी हम लोग सिर्फ NCERT question की बात कर रहे हैं. Question number 12. According to the third law of motion, when we push on an object, the object pushes back on us with the equal and opposite forces. If the object is a massive truck, parked along the roadside, it will probably not move. A student justify this by answering that the two opposite and equal forces cancel each other. Comment on this logic and explain why truck does not move. Okay. See बच्चा, according to Newton third law, अब तुम सबको पता है Newton third law states that there will be equal and opposite force, and that equal and opposite force act on the two different body. So when we are talking about a truck that it is standing on the road, nearby the road, what will happen when we are applying the force on that object? So we cannot move that. Why we cannot move that? There is one factor, that the force of friction is very high. Force of friction between the tire of the trucks and the road surface, it is very high. And why? Because truck have very heavy mass. So we can clearly say that the student is right in justifying the two opposite forces. They cancel out the effect of each other and the truck cannot move from that place. Okay. So simply you can apply Newton's third law, that there will be equal and opposite force, but that will act on the different objects. In this case, it is saying about the truck. So in case of the truck, you can simply say, because it is having very high mass, very large mass, so friction भी क्या होगा, बहुत ज़्यादा होगा. And if you want to move a car, so in case of the car, what will happen, bacha? You need to apply less force. So when someone pushes the truck and the truck does not move, that we can say simply that the applied force in one direction is cancelling out by the frictional force in the opposite direction. Okay, and it's not true that you can't move the truck, so you can move the car. In case of the car also, maybe it happened, because it depends that what kind of the car you are mentioning there. So, but if you will compare, so it is easy to move a car in comparison of the truck. Why? Because in that case frictional force is more. Okay, you can simply say the momentum is more there. Momentum, no, we don't say momentum because it is not moving, it is at the rest, so momentum will be zero. Momentum will be zero of the car at rest and the truck at rest. But what will happen? Force is what, bacha? Force is mass into acceleration, and we can simply say that the mass of the object is more. So frictional force, clearly हम देख सकते हैं कि frictional force in case of the truck is more than that the car. So we can say yes, according to Newton's third law, that they can cancel out the effect of each other. So the student is saying that is true. Okay, so that is true. Now the next question is numerical, that is